sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver Common Sense Show. I'm on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to...
And welcome. What the heck is going on now? Come on. There we go. Welcome to the Reaver Common Sense Show, hosted by me, Jersey Joe. I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. And boy, do we have some senseless coming up. If you listen, don't forget to jump and chat while you're there. Whether you're listening to YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, or Facebook, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, any of those buttons. It's free. It won't hurt you. It don't bite back. So we're going to start the show off talking about, shoulders killing me. Some news out of Dalton, Illinois. FBI searched Dalton Village Hall Friday afternoon in a court-authorized law enforcement action. For those that don't know what's going on, there is a mayor, Mayor Henyard. She calls herself the super mayor, Tiffany Hayard, something like that. She is the mayor of the village of Dalton. And she also, where'd it go? I had this information sitting right up waiting for me. And she's the Thornton Township supervisor. At the same time, 2 government jobs. Well, she's known because she locked out the trustees of Dalton Village, which is like the board. She locked everybody out. She would not give financials over. They've sued her to get financials, and she still won't turn it over. One of her henchmen, what's his name? What's the henchman's name? Dalton Board of Trustees. Nope, not that one. Dalton Village Administrator Keith Freeman was indicted on federal charges, accusing him of falsifying his income in a bankruptcy filing earlier this year. He also works for, wait for it, Thornton Township. He is super mayor's right-hand person. And he has been arrested, indicted on federal charges, federal bankruptcy fraud charges, because he forgot that he worked for these townships, and he forgot to list them when he was going through his bankruptcy. Surprise, surprise. Now, one of the issues that's been going on is there was a very questionable trip taken to Las Vegas. First class tickets. This woman has a full 24-hour police escort, security around her at all times. A mayor of this little rinky-dink town, and no, I don't mean it as a negative. It's a little rinky-dink town. It is. And this woman thinks she needs 24-hour police escorts. And literally 24 hours. I'm not joking. 24 hours, 7 days a week. Every time you see her, she has at least 5 to 6 officers around her. Guess who's footing that bill? Yes, the people of the township. Now, they went to Las Vegas. Top rooms, first class. Guess who was paying for that? That was put on a credit card. Now, Tiffany will not talk about anything. But where it's come up is there was an employee that went along that woke up in another person's room feeling drugged. And there is questionable sexual conduct that went on. Now, she went to the mayor, super mayor, and guess what the super mayor did? The Democrat mayor, you have to believe all women Democrats, fired the woman. Fired her. Yeah, you got it. She fired the woman that was claiming sexual assault on a, I guess you want to say, a business trip. She's accused of misusing public funds. She has put the township, I think it's like, don't quote me on this, but if I remember correctly, it's like $7 million in debt. This isn't a rich town. This is not a rich town, people. This is a town that I think the median income is like $24,000 a year. There's not a lot of money coming into this town. But Miss Tiffany sure is spending that money. Oh, is she spending that money? Oh, I'm trying to check chats. It's like I got 3 spots to look for chats. That's one thing I wish. I love Restream. That's the software I use. I wish, I have the Facebook and YouTube all in one chat area. But the Rumble broadcast, I got to actually pull up the webpage. So if Rumble, if you could, try to integrate, or excuse me, Restream, try to integrate the chat together. Make it easier. Now, let's get back. So FBI is now raided. There's been rumors of FBI investigating for a while. Certain businesses that did not donate any money to Super Mayor have been shut down. That's multiple businesses have been shut down. These, listen, I'm not attacking police, but these officers are being thugs. And they're acting like henchmen of Tiffany Hayner. Mayor Hayner, however you say her name. I have no respect for her, so I'm not going to go out of my way to try to find the correct pronunciation of the super witch, is what I'll call her. It's just... Puppy keeping me up late at night again. I'm dumbfounded by it. What's this? How you can... It's not even like she's trying to hide the abuse that she's doing. She is out in the open, swinging away with her abuse that she's locked media out. She's had residents locked out of meetings. She stifled First Amendment speech. The fraud that's going on, it's just unbelievable. At least finally. Oh, and the town actually, they voted for an investigation, which the mayor vetoed. They overrode her veto, and they have hired Mayor Lightfoot. Yes, ex-Chicago Mayor Lightfoot, to investigate corruption and fraud. And they're paying this woman $400 an hour. $400 an hour this woman's getting. And do you think she has no subpoena power, no power whatsoever? She can request all the documents she wants, and we already have seen where the mayor will refuse to turn anything over. She's been commanded by courts. She's been commanded to give keys back to the trustees. The attorney general, because she started a charity, a cancer charity in her name, and took money from the townships and donated it. And now she has not turned in any of her tax information of where all that money went. And when you're doing a 501c3, you got to account for every dime and where it went. And she just has not done it. One thing I hate about my setup with this show, and I know I'm jumping around, this drives me up a wall. 50-watt laser. I got to get some good pictures of it and get it sold. 50-watt, big sucker, with a water-cooled. Oh, man. It just drives me, because right here. It's right here. I know you guys don't give a shit. So that's what's going on in Dalton. And it's been going on for a while. And it's been gaining traction and getting some national attention. Just like the stuff that's going on in Levy County, specifically Otter Creek, I think is going to start. And well, it should get some national attention with what's going on in the courts there. What's going on in the police department. There's a lot of questionable activity in that county. And Governor DeSantis, who I'm not happy with right now. I am not happy with him whatsoever. He just signed a law that, and I understand what he's trying to do, but I think he's taking away the rights of the citizens and the harassing of a police officer, emergency worker. I was an EMT for 25 years. I didn't like citizens fucking with me. But I also understand they're going to be there, and you have to have a well-balanced. But he's made it where it's 25 feet is the closest you can get on an incident. That leaves no accountability for the police. He also did away with the civilian oversights. So now the police will be policing themselves. I don't know any other group in this country that politicians. We don't get to police ourselves. But they do. And I think that is outrageous that he's allowing that. I think it's outrageous that he's putting a 25-foot radius around any type of scene where the police are involved. And you can be arrested for it and a misdemeanor. You're taking away people's right. All right. And again, I'm not trying to knock police. I'm not. I know the job they have. I worked in that system with them. One of the EMT jobs I had, my boss, I answered to the lieutenant of the police department. We were underneath the police department. I have no problem with cops. I have a lot of friends that are cops. When I say that, it's like, I got black friends too. I got police friends. I don't always admit it, but, no. Listen, I do. And I don't want to see nothing bad happen to them. But at the same time, they're not a special privileged class in this country. And we're letting, there's a lot of police that are getting a little too big-headed. Again, I don't want to do away with the police. I'm not trying to take power away from the police. But what I'm saying is there's got to be a balance. There's got to be a balancing act there between citizen oversight and the police having power. Too many times nowadays you see, a lot of this is YouTubers that are trying to get views have destroyed this. They go out there and they start shit to try to get views, to try to sue, and they cause a lot of problems. So, but I don't feel that everybody should be punished for the few. It's not right. It shouldn't be. Oh, I touched on the article when I saw it. There was a guy who set himself on fire outside of Trump's trial. I don't know who he was, whether he was pro or anti-Trump, but he set himself on fire, the dumbass. I listen, I'm a Trump supporter. I've been pretty much since day one. But I'm not going to go set myself on fire. No. I mean, I can't even think of anybody I would, except for, some of my family I might do it for, but that's going a little overboard. And that's people taking support one way or another a little too far. I just couldn't know. And I'm not happy with the shit that's going on in the House either. This shit with the Republicans are getting out of hands. They're turning their backs on us. They're not doing what we elected them to do. They're bending over for the Democrats left, right, and center. It's ridiculous. So, 13 Democrats voted against a resolution condemning Iran after Israel's strike. Representative Thomas Massey was the lone Republican who voted against the bill. With more than a dozen House Democrats voting against the resolution condemning Iran's airstrike on Israel Thursday. The resolution, which also affirms U.S. support for Israel responding to the attack, however it deemed necessary, overwhelmingly, holy shit. Buddy, that's all, folks. Overwhelmingly passed 404 to 14. Just one House Republican voted against the bill. It's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous that we're not supporting Israel more than we already are. We're supporting Ukraine more than we are our ally. Our ally, Israel. Massey, I'm really losing a lot of respect for you. A lot of respect. And then you have, let's see if I can play this for you. Hang on. All right. Let me figure this out. Give me a second.
Very important that platforms have those rights.
Hey,
The number one challenge here that we see and is, of course, the First Amendment in the United States is a fairly robust protection of rights, and that is a protection of rights both for platforms, which I actually think is very important that platforms have those rights to be able to regulate what kind of content they want on their sites. But it also means that it is a little bit tricky to really address some of the real challenges of where does bad information come from and sort of the influence peddlers who have made a real market economy around it.
The problem I have with that, I don't trust these people to decide what is bad information and what is not bad information. They have abused it to the point of censorship. We saw it with COVID. We saw it with the 2020 election. I've seen it with climate change, where stuff's been marked on Facebook and stuff. Hell, a friend of mine posted it, so I posted it just because to be an asshole. It's a joke meme, and I've seen Facebook do this multiple times. A joke meme, and the fact checkers fact check it. A joke. They fact checked a joke. It was a picture of the United States Postal Service at a graveyard. Couldn't think of the word. They were at a graveyard, and the joke said that they were delivering ballots. It's a joke. I'm not going to get into how some cheating's done through people that have passed on that stole vote, but they're not delivering shit to the goddamn graveyard. But they went and fact checked it. Do you know how much of a dumbass, Mr. Zuckerberg, you look like? Then there's always this article that came about. It's a couple years old. I will grant you it is a couple years old. I got to pull it up. Now I got to find it. Sorry about that. Here. Let me show you something. To show you that I'm going to, no matter what, if it's funny, I'm going to post it. I think that's hilarious. That is very creative of somebody. And I think it's hilarious. Do I think it's demeaning? No. But I think it's hilarious as hell. So I do have a sense of humor. Sick, but yes. Come on. I didn't think it was that far down. Oh, wow, what happened? Ah, here it is. I was wondering why there was no music in my ears. All right, this article is from December 14th, 2021. Facebook admits the truth. Fact checkers are really just lefty opinions. Facebook finally admitted the truth. The fact checkers that social media uses to police America's what Americans read and watch are just opinions. Thanks to a lawsuit brought by a celebrated journalist, which has exposed the left's supposed battle against misinformation as a farce. He posted a pair of videos that touched the third rail of liberal politics, climate change. Neither questioned whether climate change is real, but each talked about the other issues, namely forest management and using technology to adapt. Yet the third party that Facebook contracts to review these pieces, Science Feedback, flagged them as false. Or favorite, lacking content. First show back, I talked about how Facebook flagged one of my posts. No scientist said, but yet I pulled up article after article after article after article after article of scientists stating that exactly what I posted. Anybody that takes Facebook's fact checks as fact needs to check their ass into the nearest mental hospital because you're delusional. And I don't care if it was right wing, left wing, center wing, goalie. If you're pulling that shit, I'm going to call you out. And I have a problem when our media tries to determine what is misinformation. What is hate speech? First of all, hate speech technically is covered by the First Amendment. Don't agree with what they say, But just as I don't agree a lot what these people say, I will still defend their right to say it. Hang on. I'm sick and tired of these idiots. And I'm trying to be nice tonight. I'm trying to be nice with my mouth. Oh, it's hard being from Jersey, watching your mouth. Republicans aren't 100% the answer. With Democrats right now in history, they're out for the destruction of this country. And they want to censor the information out there. And they thought they could find a way that they could censor it under the guise of misinformation, hate speech. Because if I came out and said, example, don't forget, if you're going to take this clip and try to use it against me, put in, this is just an example. I hate all alphabet soup groups. They'll say that's hate speech. I'm this phobic, that phobic. But I have a right to say that. Now, I don't hate them. I could care less. I could care less who you're screwing. As I said before, when you start fucking with the kids, that's when it really gets me going. It's just, when you have these people sitting there, that the number one challenge in a fight against disinformation is the First Amendment in the United States. I've seen more misinformation come from these liberals, the media, than I have seen from any right-wing group. And the president, Donald Trump, let's not compare lies from our presidents. Because good old hair-sniffing Joe Biden lies so much that he had to leave. I believe it was the 1988 presidential run for all the lies he told. When some of the media actually would call a spade a spade. I hate this chair. Ugh. They would actually call a spade a spade. They called out Biden, called him out on his lies, his plagiarism. This man is so far gone, it's not funny. He's gone. All right, let's see. Black Chicago voters rip mayor on extra $70 million for migrants as recall petition gathers steam. Well, what I've been saying, Democrats are starting to lose the black votes, and they've been for several years now. The Latino votes, because everybody thinks just because we talk about immigration, we're against Latinos. And I know a lot of Latinos who are against illegal immigration. They came here legally, so can they. The money that they spent to get here. If you think the system's broken, let's change the law. Not ignore it. And I'm not a person that wants that. I hate it in my HOA, the shit that goes on with that. I hate it in our government when they do that. follow the law. Infuriated black Chicagoans showed up in force at a city council meeting on Wednesday to protest Mayor Brandon Johnson's request for an additional $70 million in taxpayer funds to be spent on tackling the city's migrant crisis. While a petition that would give residents the right to recall the mayor is gathering serious traction. In one sense, I have some sympathy for the people. The hard money is going to criminals, illegals. But on the other hand, this is what you voted for. I remember all those years under Donald Trump. We're sanctuary cities, yay! Oh, wait a minute. We got to pay extra money for it? Oh, no, we don't want them. We don't want them. We said that was going to happen. We were told we're full of shit. And now they're finding out. What the hell's this? Yeah. Oh, jeez. I hate Fox. Oh, that hurt my ears. 50 NPR employees demand CEO Catherine Mayer, editor-in-chief, publicly rebuke factual inaccuracies. The whistleblower resigned after being suspended, which is totally disgusting. They want factual inaccuracy taken out. It's exactly what's going on in NPR. They're just afraid now more people are going to go, wait a minute, that's bullshit. And they could lose funding. Their journalistic expertise has been called into question. I wouldn't call any of those motherfuckers a journalist expert. I had to quote Jeremy Hales. They're a joke list. If you don't know who Jeremy Hales is, look up What the Hales on Facebook. Pretty interesting story going on with that. Oh. Where are we at? Man, my glasses are weird tonight. Biden's education secretary vows to shut down the largest Christian university in the United States. After the Department of Education secretary vowed to shut down Grand Canyon University, the largest Christian university in the U.S., GCU officials are pushing back, telling Fox News Digital the crackdown stems from deeply held bias. The Department of Education Secretary, Cardona, made comments during a House Appropriation Committee hearing about cracking down on GCU and other universities like it on April 10th. Representative Rosa DeLauro, Democrat from Connecticut, asked Cardona how the administration is working to shut down GCU, which is what she called a predatory for-profit school. And here it is, folks. And the congresswoman is the 80-year-old that has like purple hair. She looks like she's got these wings for glasses. Whew. Something straight out of a horror movie. Hey, I know I'm not great to look at either, but holy. And they're doing it under the guise, they're attacking Christianity under the guise of, well, they're preying on students. You tell me a fucking college that isn't. The whole university is a big scam anymore. Yeah, it has its place here and there. But they are ripping people off money to the point that now you got Biden paying off student loans. Man, why? I paid my student loans. My wife, I had whether her parents set up funds, but they were paid for. Her brother, her sister paid for. My friends that I know paid for. But now this generation thinks they're special. But you know what it is? Biden's got to buy the votes. They have to buy the votes. They're bribing people, period. Nothing more, nothing less. It's a bribery. The raising of the minimum wage was a bribery that people fell for and helped destroy our economy. So now they're paying off college tuitions to bribe these kids. And these people fall for it. So anybody makes comments in the chat. If I don't see it right away, I'll try my best. Like I said, I got 3 different screens I'm looking at chats. So I do apologize if I miss a chat. And again, you can go to YouTube or Rumble. Rumble, look under Jersey Joe. Actually, there's 2 spots on Rumble. Yes, I know I might be stupid doing that. Broadcasting underneath Jersey Joe and SHR Media. I'm on YouTube, Facebook. I think that's it. Yeah. But don't forget to hit the subscribe, like. It's free, and it just helps me out a little bit. I appreciate it. I can't believe that they're going for, out of all, well, I can believe it, that they're going for a Christian college. They had to destroy the family nucleus. They have to destroy national pride. They have to destroy religion for them to get their sick and twisted ideology passed. And it's working pretty good. They're indoctrinating these kids pretty damn good. One coffee, one Red Bull. It is heartbreaking to see what this country is evolving to. And that so many people are blindly falling for it. It just blows my mind. Especially when you have shit like this, where Pelosi's out there, Trump is all palsy-wowsy with Putin. That shit was shut down a long time ago, but the Democrats keep going to that well because there is dumbasses, window-licking, helmet-wearing dumbasses. And yes, I've seen it, not within the last week or two. People on social media, well, Trump and Russia. Oh, my God. I bet you these idiots would believe the world was flat if a Democrat told them the world was flat. It would not surprise me. And don't laugh too much because, yes, there is people that believe in the flat earth. There's groups on Facebook for flat earth, which is funny because Facebook's always saying that they're trying to squash false information, but they allow flat earth groups to say the world is flat. You fact checked a joke. Yes, I'm going back to that. You fact check actual information. You don't fact check. You don't stop people talking that the world is flat. Tell me you're full of shit without saying you're full of shit. I don't understand how these idiots can still believe. Oh, let's see if this. Hang on.
Yet, Madam Speaker. It's so good to have you here because nobody but you knows the ins and outs of House rules as well as you do in House vote counting in both parties. But he has not released the text yet, which could create other stumbling blocks. But I'm told in my ear by my wonderful producer, he's just released the text. So our teams on the Hill are going to scramble and go through that, and hopefully we can get you some details. But that said, it's going to be separate bills. They could have done this 6 months ago when the Senate passed it, but now is now. They've lost territory. We were both in Munich when President Zelensky said, we are now going to be retreating, and we could lose. And he's now made it very clear they could lose this war to Vladimir Putin. What's at stake?
What's at stake is our democracy, and I want to thank you for the attention that you have paid.
We're not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic.
To Ukraine because of all the things that are going, whether it's in Manhattan courtrooms or
me getting kickbacks from Ukraine, the millions of dollars. It's just a big pyramid scheme.
In Gaza and the rest. And
let's not forget about my husband, half naked with a male prostitute that's half naked. They're getting a hammer fight.
Important there. But the attention to Ukraine has been diminished, in my view, in the press in our country. And nothing less is at stake than our democracy. Almost 2 years.
How the fuck is our democracy at stake over Ukraine? Over in Europe? How?
Ago, I made the first trip. I brought a delegation, high-level delegation, to Ukraine. We thought we might die because it was very dangerous.
Oh, my God, she's pulling a fucking Hillary Clinton.
Then
oh, my God, we might die.
Saw firsthand the courage and the determination of the Ukrainian people to protect their democracy. And in protecting their democracy, to protect our democracy. And to fight off the Russians. And so now it's 2 years later. Right now they need distance, they need speed, and they need heft.
And I need another drink.
In this fight, and they can win it. What happened in the Congress of the United States is heartbreaking. It's sad. America.
How many billions of dollars have we forked over? How many billions of dollars have we forked over for this country? How much have we spent on our border for security, which we're now under threat of terrorist attacks?
America. The chair of the Republican chair of the Intelligence Committee, and I am told also the chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee, Republican chair, have said that Russian propaganda has taken over the Republican caucus.
You're right. Both
Russian
Congressmen
propaganda.
Oh, my God.
Turner and McCall have said that, that Congress members are spouting Russian propaganda about alleged and
Russia!
completely false Ukrainian fraud and corruption.
It's
totally untrue, which is spewing out from Russian social media.
Well, that's an indication of their candidate for president of the United States, as I've always said, with him all roads lead to Putin. But now we have the possibility of this legislation coming forward.
They will say and do anything to get their pyramid scheme going. Because that's what it is. It's a big pyramid scheme. Funneling money, taxpayer money, over to Ukraine, and it gets funneled right back to the Democrats and the Republicans. And we sure as hell know dipshit House Speaker Mike Johnson is now getting kickbacks as he surrendered to the Democrats. I wonder. I got to look this up real quick. See something. $75 billion. Humanitarian, financial, military support. $60 billion in funding. $75 billion. We're how much in debt? We're borrowing money from China? And then China's helping Russia. Ukraine will never pay us back. We have to pay back China. So basically how this is, I want to lend someone a couple blocks away from here, my house. They hate me. They don't like me. I don't have the money. So I'm going to borrow the money off of you to give to them. They're never going to pay me back, but I got to pay you back. If I told you I was going to do that, you'd probably tell me I need to go get a checkup from the neck up. But that is exactly what our government is doing. But when it comes to helping out our allies, which we are obligated to help, Israel, this administration is fucking them right in the ass. Democrat Party is turning their backs on the Jewish people. There's now a report coming out. January 6th committee Democrats say they fear Trump will put them in jail. It better not just be Democrats. It better be those two assholes, Republicans. Liz Cheney and I can't think of the other guy. The House Democrats who led an investigation into former President Donald Trump's role in the January 6th Capitol riot say they are worried about their safety and being arrested if the former president wins re-election. We lied. We cheated on this committee. We destroyed evidence. But we shouldn't have to fear that we're going to be held liable for it. They fretted to CBS News in a recent piece about a March 18th Trump post on Truth Social that said, former Representative Liz Cheney should go to jail along with the rest of the on-select committee. Representative Adam, I lie like a motherfucker Schiff, who has constantly fundraised off of all Democrat investigation and impeachment of Trump's, told the network, my wife and I've had conversations about what life would look like if the worst happened. You can't avoid the conversation about what if, and I have to think about my own personal safety. Well, if you didn't lie to the American people, if you didn't lie in testimony, if you didn't put forth fake evidence, you wouldn't have to worry. Now, would you? You lied and you cheated, And now you want us to feel sorry for you, you little shit. No, thank you. I want to see you locked up. You deserve it. And you need Bubba behind you feeding you a dossier every night. There's an article that came out May 12th that transcripts confirm January 6th committee lied about Trump attacking Secret Service. There's multiple lies that came out of that committee. They altered video. And I'm supposed to be, oh, I'm sorry, you lied, you cheated. And if he gets back in, you might be held responsible? No. You're not going to get any sympathy out of me. It just, I speechless. So many times I get speechless over these idiots. Jackass got off his impeachment. Mayakas. Because Democrats, the same ones. I thought I had that article. Let's see if I can find this. The same ones that held Trump with no evidence, no nothing, are now trying to go, well, felony's not impeachment worthy. Fake evidence, fake testimony is. They didn't even hold a trial. They swept it under the rug, pushed it aside because they don't want the evidence coming out so close to the elections. How the Democrats have kept an open border. They're trying to sweep it under the carpet. And we allow this as American people. I said it before and I'll say it again. If it was January 6th lawyer I'd be pulling out the Declaration of Independence. Because I don't believe that it was some type of coup. It was no insurrection. And they keep trying to make that like a negative connotation. What do you think our forefathers were called? They were insurrectionists. They committed insurrection against the crown. Declaration of Independence. Where is it? Preamble. I didn't expect to go over this, so I didn't bring it up. We hold these truths to be self-evidence, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever, pay attention, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principles. So even if they were going there because they felt our government no longer, the only violence that I saw was our government that initiated it. They instigated that crowd. I do believe that there was actors put in there, whether FBI, CIA, Antifa. I wouldn't put it past them. But remember, it is our right. For far too long, this government's gotten too big. Especially the Democrats think they are on a different level. We need to start holding them accountable. Don't just vote for people because they are a certain party. Don't just vote for people just because they are they've been in that position for a while. So we have a better chance for them winning. You never know. It's. I do want to touch before we get going, because we're going to get going in a few minutes. I know I said I had the schedule down, Pat, but it's changed again. As of right now, Friday at 21:58 hours. The show will be Monday and Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until further notice. I love my country, but I have no faith in this government. I have no faith in it. I have no faith in the men that are in office. Because every time I start to have faith in one of them, they do something stupid. I'm looking and I can see my glasses are crooked and it's driving me up a fucking wall. But with that, it's getting that time. Again, you can catch me on Rumble through SHR Media, through Jersey Joe, YouTube, Reaver Common Sense, Facebook, SHR Media, and Jersey Joe. I try to make sense out of the senseless, but common sense is a fading thing. And for those that don't know, the name of the show is A Reaver of Common Sense. Reavers were mythological bringers of death. Death to common sense. And that's what's happening in this world nowadays. We've lost our common sense, people, and we need to get it back. And blindly following. Shut up, the Phantom. I blame the wife for that short drive to craziness. I want everybody to have a great weekend. Have fun. Spread the love. Until then, see you Monday.